The sole leader in the event after 3 rounds, world number 2, Fabiano Caruana. Fabi, we're making this point about great games being played by other players, like spectacular brilliancies, but it's all about taking the lead, winning what you need to win, and being ahead at the very end. And this game was certainly a beatdown as well. You played well today, it looks like.
Yeah, I was proud of this game. I'm not sure if you were complimenting me or insulting me with that.
I was complimenting you.
All right, thank you. No, I thought this was a good game. I was, of course, I did get a very undeserved win against Peter. I mean, a draw would have been normal. I was worse throughout the game. And we went to a rook ending, which I assume like I'm on the slightly worse side of a draw. And then he made a few inaccurate moves in time trouble, and suddenly it became very unpleasant for him. But at least I was happy with the first 2 games. Also, the game against Levon wasn't a perfect game, but I felt like the quality was there. Somehow I was happy with my play.
You know, you talk about perfect game in chess 960. It's not like you get to prepare the opening lines and play flawlessly for 20 moves, and then you play another 10 moves of perfection, and the game's a draw. What is it like having only 15 minutes and you see this crazy position on the board? The first one had the bishop sitting on E1 and D1.
Yeah, I actually think that the broadcast broke on that game, which was unfortunate because it was a pretty, I think, interesting game. And I was with Levon upstairs, and we were on a phone call with Leonard, transcribing the moves for him.
Right.
So now the score will be.
We were able to keep up some of the moves ourselves watching you, but yes, it was challenging.
But it's fun to play because you get a fresh position, so our mornings are not bogged down in thinking of what to do against players going through databases. You know, like today we just played tennis. There's nothing to do. There's no preparation to do. So we have 15 minutes before the game. That's it. It's not enough time to get any sort of clarity. Like you pretty much can't even analyze the first move. Like in the first game, Levon played D4, and I expected B4. I played C5, and I expected DC5, and he played D5, and that was it. We were on our own. So like I haven't been able to prepare more than 2 games and 2 moves in any of the games.
Amazing. Speak to the contrast, because you're telling folks, you know, you don't have anything to do in the morning. How many hours, how much time would you normally spend if you had to prepare for games that were coming?
For Rapid, not much. I would just decide on my openings, and maybe within an hour. I might do it the night before as well. I just don't want to get to the board and not have any clue of what I'm going to do. At least I decide my setup, and of course I'm not going to be able to prepare for all of the options that my opponent might have at his disposal, because players have pretty broad repertoires. But at least I know if he plays E4, I'll play the Sicilian, or you know, if he plays D4, I'll play the Nimzo, etc. So there's at least some thought that goes into it. While here, there's nothing you can do. You just show up and at the board pretty much and play.
We saw some crazy things today. Hikaru Nakamura on 0-3. That's pretty wild thought.
Yeah, that's really unexpected. Especially since at fast time controls he's at his best, and I think he's pretty comfortable usually in Fischer Random. But things just went. It looked like he was out of form. I mean, he blundered against Sam. It was a beautiful blunder, but it was still an unusual blunder for him. And the other 2 games also, it looked like he was kind of not at his best.
What's it going to take for you to keep this lead and maybe extend it?
I'm not. Yeah, I don't feel much pressure. It's more of a fun event. There's not a huge amount at stake.
$37,500 for first.
Hey, if you don't want them, I'll take them.
You can give us. We don't mind.
No, there is of course money, but and the desire to play well, but it still feels like a more relaxed atmosphere.
All right, well, get your fun in. Maybe tennis again tomorrow is the formula. Congratulations on taking the lead today.
Thank you.